Anmol, let me ask you, in terms of fundraising at this point in time to fund your expansion plans and also profitability for you, because operating revenue of 170 crores in FY23, but your net loss has also widened to about 65 crores in FY22. So what does the road ahead look like on both fundraising as well as the road to profitability?
On the profitability side, just in the first half of this year, we have already doubled our revenue so the entire last year revenue we have done more than that in just the first half of this year. So we are doing good on revenue numbers. In terms of losses also, we have compressed the loss percentage from the entire last year to the first half of this year. So we are doing extremely well on that. And I think our aim should be that in 10 quarters.
Could you give me the number that you've been able to bring the losses down to?
I think we have done by 10 percentage point better, and today we are our cost of our revenue is our cost of service is lower than our revenue. So we have in a way operating break even which we have. So our cost of service is lower than revenue today. So we have still to take care of financing and we have still to take care of depreciation before we turn profitable. But cost of service is lower than revenue today. So that means there is an operating break even that we have. On the fundraise side, we are doing good. We have had good rounds that have happened in the past, and hopefully in the next few months there will be a good fundraise more, which should happen. So it looks good for us. So we are decently happy with where we are. We have good cash runway available. So happy in the cash position. Happy with how the numbers are shaping up, both on the revenue and the compression of losses.
Anmol, you said you're happy, you're in a decent position on cash as well as revenue, but you are looking at raising additional funds over the next few months. What's the target? How much do you hope to raise? By when do you hope to close that?
So, ma'am, always my belief has been that there is no chest beating on the fact that you've raised large number of money. I think for me, return on capital is much greater than the amount of capital that we have raised. And we would like to be most profitable in the least amount of cash that is possible to. So I think our business requirement is nothing greater than maybe $150 million before we can become 3-4 more times the size that we are currently. So I think even if in the next full year we can raise about $150 million, that will be like more than sufficient for us to grow multiple folds from here.
Well, very well said. Fundraising is not about chest thumping. It really is about being able to fund your expansion plans. And Sameer, you're in the middle of a huge fundraise at this point in time. Take me through, where that money is going to be used. And more importantly, M&A, is that going to be a focus area for you in 2024? Zest money didn't go through, but 2024, is that going to be something that you're going to be scouting for, a possible M&A?
I think on the M&A side, it's unlikely. One, we've opened up so many different fronts. We just need to hunker down and execute for the next 3 or 4 years on what we've opened up. Second, we've never actually done M&A in a way where we're trying to sort of expand a market in a particular way. None of our investments in the past or acquisitions have ever been in payments, for example. Indus was an exception. We just loved what they were doing on their own. We just felt like they need help on the distribution side, given the fierce competition they were up against. But the rest of them have always been like Welldesk or OpenQ, very small teams, typically like 20 to 50 people max, early stage IP players. There, if we find really good talent that fits into our existing strategy, M&A is always an option, but it's not something we actively look for. I think the fundraise part of it, I'm really happy. We've concluded, made $50 million fundraise, but we concluded in the first half of the year, somewhere around April or May, if I remember correctly. And since then, it's just been launch. I think we have enough of a buffer for all our businesses for the next several years. We are hoping this is enough capital to take us to profitability. If not, it'll be close enough for sure. Payments is at more than break even, and it's helping us actually fund some of our new missions.
Well, gentlemen, we wish you the very best of luck. Congratulations once again on walking away with the top honours at the CNBC-TV18 India Business Leader Awards. We look forward to hearing more from both of you on many of the targets that you've set for yourselves and spoken to us here on the show. Thanks very much once again for joining us, and we wish you the very best. With that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Young Turks. From all of us here on the team, goodbye. Thanks for watching. Do stay tuned. The news continues right after this short break.